New Age shops sell these stones for $5 to heal your chakra. But professional geologists use them to find deposits worth millions. Stop meditating on Red Jasper and start digging under it. You have been told these rocks are for energy healing. But the real secret is, they are nature's treasure maps, if you know how to read them. By the end of this video, you will never walk past a creek bed or a dusty roadside without wondering if you just stepped over a fortune. Professional gem hunters know something you do not. Some of these stones are rarer than diamonds, not because of their color, but because of what they reveal about the earth beneath your feet. If you want to see the world like a prospector and maybe find your own hidden fortune, listen close. These 5 so-called spiritual stones are the keys to billion-dollar secrets. Let's start with the one everyone thinks is just a chunk of red gravel, Red Jasper. Shops say it grounds your energy and protects your root chakra. But in the field, Red Jasper is the iron and gold indicator. It looks dull, brick red, sometimes streaked with brown or black, like a piece of broken pottery tossed by the roadside. But inside, it's a geological alarm bell. That red color comes from hematite, iron oxide, locked inside microcrystalline quartz. And here is the secret. Red Jasper forms where silica-rich, iron-laden hydrothermal fluids have invaded the bedrock. In places like Nevada's Carlin Trend, these same fluids carry gold. When you find Red Jasper, especially in veins or as jasperoid bodies, you are standing in the path of ancient hydrothermal activity, the same process that concentrates gold into billion-dollar deposits. Identification protocol. Look for dense, opaque red stones with a glassy luster and a weight that feels heavier than it looks. If you see Red Jasper in a creek bed, especially near old volcanic rocks or iron-rich outcrops, you're in the right neighborhood. Value reality check. That $5 stone, the Carlin Trend has produced over $140 billion in gold, and Red Jasper is one of the first clues geologists follow. This is what nature hides from the impatient. But if you think red is just for gold, wait until you see what green can do. People buy malachite to absorb negative energy and transform your aura. But geologists know malachite is the copper beacon. It is not just a pretty green rock. It is oxidized copper ore, plain and simple. Malachite forms when copper sulfides like chalcopyrite and bornite are exposed to oxygen and water. The copper dissolves, migrates upward, and precipitates as malachite in the oxidized zone above the main ore body. That is why, in places like Arizona's Morenci and Bisbee mines, the first sign of a world-class copper deposit is a streak of green on the surface. Identification protocol. Malachite is vivid green, often banded or botryoidal, with a silky luster and a cool, heavy feel. Scratch it, and you will see a pale green streak. If you spot malachite in arid, rocky ground, especially with other copper minerals like azurite or chrysocolla, start digging. Value reality check. Arizona's copper mines produce billions of dollars in copper every year, and malachite is the surface clue that started it all. The difference between a $5 trinket and a $5 billion mine is knowing what green really means. And if you think green is rare, you have not seen what pink can reveal. Rose quartz is sold as the stone of love, promising to heal your heart and attract romance. But in the wild, rose quartz is the pegmatite indicator, the signpost for lithium and rare earth elements, the metals that power your phone, your car, and the entire green revolution. Rose quartz forms in pegmatites, coarse-grained igneous rocks that crystallize from the last, volatile-rich dregs of a granite magma. These pegmatites are chemical treasure chests, loaded with lithium, beryllium, tantalum, and rare earths. In places like the Black Hills of South Dakota or the Greenbushes mine in Western Australia, The presence of rose quartz means you are close to spodumene, lepidolite, and other lithium ores. Identification protocol. Look for translucent to milky pink quartz, often massive, sometimes with a greasy luster. It is usually found in large, irregular chunks within coarse granite or pegmatite dikes. If you see rose quartz, check for other pegmatite minerals, white feldspar, black tourmaline, or green spodumene. Value reality check. Lithium prices may swing, but a single pegmatite deposit can be worth over $1 billion in today's battery-driven world. That love stone on your nightstand is a marker for the metals that run the modern world. And if you want to find the real gold, you need to look for what everyone else calls fool's gold. Shops claim pyrite shields your aura and attracts abundance, but the real abundance is buried in the science. Pyrite, iron sulfide, FeS2, is the gold pathfinder. It is called fool's gold because it looks like gold. But here's the twist. In the world's richest gold deposits, pyrite and gold form together. In hydrothermal systems, the same fluids that deposit pyrite also carry gold. Sometimes the gold is locked inside the pyrite's crystal lattice, so fine you cannot see it, but worth a fortune if you know how to extract it. In Nevada's Carlin Trend, almost all the gold is invisible, hidden inside Arsenian pyrite grains. Identification protocol. Pyrite is brassy yellow, metallic, and forms perfect cubes or rhomboids. It is hard, it scratches glass, and it leaves a blackish green streak. If you find pyrite in quartz veins, especially with red jasper or jasperoid, you are in a gold system. Value reality check. Pyrite-rich ores are now processed for their invisible gold, making what was once thrown away into billion-dollar pay dirt. So next time someone laughs at fool's gold, remember the real fools are the ones who walk away. But if you want a stone that maps copper on a continental scale, you need to look for blue in the desert. Before we go deeper, subscribe for more secret locations and field-tested tips, because the next stone could change your life. Turquoise is sold as a healing stone, a talisman for protection and wisdom. But in the hands of a prospector, turquoise is the copper porphyry map. It forms only in arid regions, where copper-rich fluids rise from deep porphyry deposits and react with aluminum and phosphate in the host rock. The result is veins and nodules of turquoise, often right above some of the world's largest copper ore bodies. In Arizona's Morenci and Bisbee districts, turquoise was the first clue that led miners to copper deposits worth billions. Identification protocol. Turquoise is sky blue to greenish blue, waxy, and often veined with brown or black matrix. It is light but tough, and it will not fizz in acid. If you find turquoise in dry, rocky hills, especially with malachite or chrysocolla, you are standing on the oxidized cap of a copper porphyry system. Value reality check. The turquoise itself is valuable, but the copper below is the real prize. And Morenci alone produces nearly 1 billion pounds of copper a year. In the desert, blue means buried treasure. This is the map nature draws for those who know how to read it. But what if you want to test these stones at home, to separate the real indicators from the fakes? Here's how the pros do it. For red jasper, try a streak test. Drag it across unglazed porcelain. You will see a red streak if it is real. For malachite, scratch it with a copper coin. It is soft, and the powder will be green. Rose quartz is hard. It will not scratch with a knife, but it will scratch glass. Pyrite is heavy, metallic, and forms perfect cubes. Try a magnet. It will not stick. Turquoise is light, waxy, and will not fizz in vinegar, but it will leave a pale blue streak. For all of them, check the specific gravity. Real indicator minerals are denser than fakes. And if you want to be sure, a UV light can reveal hidden fluorescence in some pegmatite minerals. So, what is the real difference between a $5 stone and a $1 billion deposit? Knowledge. Pyrite is the most shocking rock, the one everyone calls fool's gold. It has made more millionaires than any lucky crystal ever sold. You now possess the knowledge of a Poirot. The next time you see a dull red stone, a streak of green, or a flash of blue in the wild, do what you have learned to do.